Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday to you guys. I know it's been a while since I've been on. I'll be back on every week. I was thinking about the Kobe Bryant situation and him and his daughter and the other individuals who lost their lives on yesterday in a plane crash. It was just so heartbreaking. Such a young person, whole life ahead of her. Even with Kobe Bryant and the other individuals on the plane, it just lets you know life is so short. You don't know when your number is going to be called. Everybody has a number on their head, and when your number is called, it don't matter where you at. Your time, your time is up. So I suggest you just learn how to forgive and move on. Even with family members you ain't talked to in a while, link up with them. You don't know. You don't. It's the old saying. Give me my flowers while I'm here. While I'm here on earth. Don't give me my flowers when I'm gone because I can't. We can't have that type of relationship no more. We ain't gonna be able to talk no more. We ain't gonna be able to hang out no more. Give me my roses while I'm here. Still on earth, able to appreciate those roses. So my heart was just like, wow, life is so short. You cut on the news and every day somebody's dying. And it's just very sad. So I was just thinking yesterday, I was like, man, any unforgiveness that you have towards people, let it go. Let it go. Because when you meet the king, you want God to say, well done, come on in. You don't want him to replay your life and say, you had so much unforgiveness in your heart towards this person. Move on. I look down my timeline and I see so many people who are hurt from relationship. A lot of people like, oh, you talk about relationships because that's the key topic. A lot of hurt is in that. When somebody hurts you, people don't understand. If you've never really been hurt by somebody, it takes time to heal from that hurt, and it's painful. I know, especially if you weren't the one who caused the pain. And then an individual, when they cause you pain, it's sad to say they move on and they expect you just to let that situation go. Like, why are you still mad about it? Why are you still hurt? They just want you to just let that situation go. And it's hard for a person to let a situation go that they've been hurt in. And people don't understand when you hurt someone, it's hard for them to move on from the hurt and the pain, and it's painful. But in life, I learned too, everything happens for a reason. You don't understand the reasons on why things happen. Why did I have to go through that? And later on in life, God will show you the reason why you had to go through that. You don't understand, like, why I wasn't doing anything. Why did I have to experience that type of pain, that type of rejection, that type of hurt? Even for women who have problems with infertility, why do I have to go through all of those things? I could tell a little bit about me. Like I said, when I was 16 years old, I had my right ovary removed. On my left ovary, the doctors told me that I would have to stay on birth control for the rest of my life and I would never be able to have children. And it used to hurt me like really bad. I was like, wow, I was like, I can't. I always wanted to experience, carrying a child and get to know their personalities while you pregnant with them and different things like that. And they wanted to remove my left ovary, and I cried and I begged my parents. I was like, please don't let them remove my left ovary. The doctor was like, if we don't, you're gonna have to be on birth control. You really hurting yourself. And I went through some things. I promise you, my belly used to swell up. I used to throw up all the time. I was in so much pain. I used to have to take my hands and crawl because I couldn't even stand up. And I remember my mom used to cry and say, why are you doing this to yourself? And to see your child go through that, I understand now as a mother, it was painful for her to watch, but I had to go through that, and then God blessed me with the child. And then I got two now. So I could tell my testimony, to women who going through that situation. Don't give up. It might not happen when you want to, but God is always on time. I never forget. I was on the phone talking to this woman, a guy who I work with. She had called my house phone. That's right before I got pregnant with my oldest. And we were talking, and I was just talking to her, and I was like, I really want to have a child. And herself, she was going through infertility issues herself, but she was still encouraging me, to let me know, hold on. And she was like, you're going to be a mother. You got to believe it. And she was like, do you believe you're going to be a mother? I was like, yeah, I believe I'm going to be a mother. 1 month later, I got pregnant. So that's how amazing God is. He'll send people into your life who will speak life over you. I thank God for this woman of God now who intercedes and prays for me. She was telling me, Tiffany, she was telling me her situation and what she's going through. And she said, but yes, still I pray. I was listening to the things that she's going through. And she said, I still get on my prayer line. I'm like, wow, after you experiencing all those things, she said, and that's when God will step up for you. And I need God to do something in my life. When you going through some things, and God want to step back and say, well, you still praise me, even though you going through the storm. Will you still call upon my name? Will you still pray and intercede for people, even though you going through that issue? He still want to know, where do I stand with you? Are you gonna give up on me? And when she told those words to me, I was like, and you are so right. Even though I'm feeling some type of way about a situation that I'm going through, that I've been praying and asking God to intercede on, and I was like, man, I feel like you're not hearing me, God. But she's saying that's when you got to go through a test sometimes in life. So everything that you go through, sometimes you go through tests and trials. Your trials are to make you stronger, and tests are so you can pass and get to the next level in God where He wants you to go. So I was like, wow, I had to sit back and think, like, you are so right. No matter what I'm going through, I cannot forget about God and all the things that He had done for me in my life. I never forget, 17 years old, I fell and I hurt my knee. And they told me I tore 80% of ligaments in my leg, and they told me I would never be able to walk again. I said, I did not receive it. I said, I do not receive that. They was like, oh, you're gonna be in so much pain. I could tell you, I had that surgery. For like the first couple of months, I was in pain, but I did not receive it. I said, I'm going, oh no, this is not gonna be my life. I will walk, and you will never be able to know it unless I tell you about my leg or some of the things, like walking up the stairs or something on this leg right here. It's hard, like, to bend a little bit, but still, you wouldn't know if I never told you my story on the things that the doctors told me, but God said yes still. Even when man said no, God said yes still. The man doctors used to told me, oh, you won't be able to have children. Oh, you won't be able to walk. And I'm a living testimony on how great God is. No matter what storm that you may be facing in your life, you got to look in the mirror and say, this too shall pass. Even like I said, it could be a work experience that you going through at your job. Like, man, I'm just ready to throw in the towel. Don't throw in the towel until you start filling out some applications and you get that next job. Don't be silly and quit your job until you got some money coming in. Even in a relationship, people stay in relationships. Like I tell people too, I got 2 girls, and I thank God for my kids. I promise you that. A lot of people like, oh, you're pretty. Why aren't you dating? I say, you know what? Of course you want to date, but when you have kids, for me, especially having girls, even these days, even having boys, you got to be careful who you bring around your kids. You really do. I tell people I'm very funny like that. You trusting on somebody, but I'm not trusting like that with people with my kids. Yeah, you could be in love with me, but how you gonna treat my kids? And you can't go off of what somebody telling you, or oh, I'm gonna do this. You got to step back and you got to observe people. See, I'm an observer. I like to observe a person. And I live. People don't be thinking, they be like, oh, you talk. Yeah, I talk, but I also listen to what you're saying, and that can distinguish who you are. So I like to step back and observe somebody. Yeah, we can go out, we can kick it. Don't mean you got to hang around my kids. But I thank God for my kids because, like I said, in the lowest point in your life, for me, my kids have encouraged me and everything. Tell me, oh, mama, you so beautiful. Oh, mama, I appreciate you. Some days I'll be like, I used to feel like, man, this is just too much. Why everything just on me? I felt like that sometimes. But I had to go back and say, this is what I wanted. I prayed and I asked God to bless me to be able to become a mother. So I take that in pride, and I take that, trust me, it means so much to me. A lot of people like, oh, you all about your kids. When you found found out that you couldn't have kids, that really did something to me. And when you can experience becoming a mother, that meant so much to me. So any women who out there, they understand where I'm coming from. When a doctor told you, oh no, you can't have kids. I've seen on stories too where women went out and actually adopted kids, and then later on God blessed their womb to become a mother. And to be able to experience that is beautiful. So like I said, I thank God for my kids. They give me a lot of strength, to continue on to be better. And also when I'm in a relationship and I talk to somebody and the way that they talk to me, I look at my girls and I'm like, I don't want them to think it's okay for a man to disrespect you, to talk to you crazy, or treat you any kind of way, because guess what? They looking at me, and later on they'll be like, well, mom, you accepted it, so why can't, how can I tell you anything about a relationship if I sat there and I settled on a relationship. I allowed this person to dog me out in front of you, disrespect me, hit me, abuse me, whatever in front of you. Abuse can be emotional abuse, physical abuse. It's all type of abuse. Your children watch you. It could be a young boy, he watching you. Your daughter, they watching you. So I learned that my kids, they step back and they take notes. So I had to remove myself and say, I don't want that my kids to grow up thinking that's okay. You are a prince, and I'm trying to raise you to a princess. I'm trying to raise you to be a queen. And I want any man that God bring in your face to treat you like a queen, nothing less. Don't take that. Don't let nobody mistreat you any kind of way. I don't care if somebody coming with money. Money don't make you happy. Yes, money helps you get things, but why sell your soul for money? That's why when I say sell your soul, you allow somebody to treat you any kind of way just for materialistic things. And it's not that serious. So try to set a great example for my kids. And I look at other young women also on Facebook too, and I'll read their posts and I'm like, yes, because your kids watch you. They sit back and watch you. They might not say nothing to you, but they watch you. One day they're going to walk up to you and they're going to say, I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you didn't settle. I'm proud that it was hard being a single mother. We went through our trials and tribulations, but guess what? You didn't settle. God made a way. I'm gonna tell you, when you ain't really got no food in your refrigerator, that's when you come up with a fantastic meal. God will make a way. I know it's sometimes you can't get I used to get my hair done every 2 weeks. But once you have them kids, I know a lot of people like, well, I focus on my kids because guess what? I want to put that into them so when a man or somebody comes to them with a materialistic thing, they're not so flattered to run to a guy. I never forget when I was younger in high school, girls used to sell themselves just for a pair of gym shoes, some Jordans, a hairdo, different things like that. And I don't want that to be my kids. So when guys used to come up to me with money, it wasn't exciting to me like that, I wasn't excited. My parents did that for me, so money didn't make me want to do anything with you for a pair of gym shoes or a hairdo or things like that. If I was talking to a guy, yeah, it's nice you want to take me out and things like that. But whatever I did with you, I did because I wanted to, not for no outfit, not for no shoes or anything like that. So I'm trying to set the same example for my daughters to let them know you're beautiful, you're unique. Don't settle. And that's for anybody too. And life don't settle. We're in 2020. This is the year of going into a whole new decade. What you start today, finish it up in the next couple of years. That's why I say start your visionary board. Start writing some things down that you want God to do in your life. And as He do it, start checking those things off. Start checking them off. Set some goals for yourself and watch them happen. And I'm not just saying that for you. I'm saying that for me too. And I just think God is so important to have some praying people in your life. If you ain't got no praying people in your life, I suggest you try to connect to some people who got a praying life. I thank God I had a praying grandma. I got a praying mother. You got to have a praying. You got to have some intercessors. In your life who's gonna actually genuinely pray for you, not praying against you, but actually praying for you. And God has put people names on my heart. So sometimes I wake up and you just get to interceding for people. And sometimes things God, you don't reveal some things to people that God already told you that was gonna happen because it wasn't meant for them. They know, but you still intercede for people, even when people treat you bad or dog you out, and you can still get up and pray for them. God is looking at you and He's smiling upon thee. Like, even though they did all of that to you, you still could pray for them. God can use you. You didn't turn your heart towards them like, man, they talked about me, and I'ma still pray for you. I tell people that all the time. Even though you treat me bad, guess what? I'ma still pray for you. Because it's not about you. I'm looking at the bigger picture. As you can look on the news and see everybody dying every day. This is only temporarily. That's what people need to understand. This is temporarily. Temporary. Us being here is temporary. Seriously, this is not your home. So I look at people and tell them, get yourself in order. Look at your life now and say, if God was to take me today, where will I go? It's two places. I'm sorry. I don't know who fooled y'all. It's two places. It's heaven or hell. Them the only two places you going. You can't treat people any kind of way. And you can't do whatever you want to do. Like, well, God, I did this, but I helped somebody. He's still looking at your heart on how you treated people. Yeah, you might have got somebody some Jordans, or you might have did this and that. But God, what if He say, get away from me? I don't know you. Yeah, you prayed and you interceded for my people, but your heart wasn't right. He looks at your heart. Your heart was not right. So my point of coming on today is to say, look at your heart and say, is my heart right? How have I treated people? Yeah. How can I go forward? Yeah, I have a lot of hurt in my heart, a lot of bitterness in my heart of how somebody treated me. But can I let it go and move forward so I can live the best years of my life coming forward? So I challenge you on today to look at your heart and say, can I let it go and can I move forward?